Hello dear friends. Welcome back to the channel. This is the place where you learn the small skills that completely change how people see you, how they treat you, and how you carry yourself in everyday life. The way you speak is the reason people do not take you seriously. Not your looks, not your talent, not your hard work, your words. Most people believe confidence comes from personality or body language. But the truth is much simpler and far more powerful. Confidence is hidden in the words you use every single day. One wrong sentence can make you sound unsure, apologetic, or hesitant. And a small change in that same sentence can instantly make you sound clear, confident, and respected. The problem is, most people are not even aware of the phrases they are using. These habits are so normal that they go unnoticed, yet they quietly affect how others perceive you. In this video, you will learn simple phrase shifts that can change the way people respond to you almost immediately. Why your words are lowering your value. Let's understand what is really happening in everyday conversations. Imagine you walk up to someone and say, "Sorry for bothering you." On the surface, it sounds polite and respectful. But if you look deeper, the message you are sending is very different. You are indirectly telling the other person that your presence is a problem, that your time or your question is not important. Before the conversation even begins, you have already reduced your own value. Now think about another common sentence. You say, "I think this might work." Again, it feels normal. It feels safe. But instead of sounding confident, you come across as uncertain. Even if your idea is strong, your words make it sound weak. And people respond to that uncertainty. They hesitate. They question you more. They take your words less seriously. This is how respect is lost in small moments. Not because you lack knowledge or ability, but because your language creates doubt. Most people believe respect comes from status, money, or experience. But in reality, respect often starts forming in the first few seconds of how you speak. Your words set the tone. They tell others how seriously they should take you. If your language sounds unsure, people assume you are unsure. If your language sounds clear, people assume you are confident. It happens instantly, and it happens every day. Another mistake people make is over-apologizing. Saying, "sorry," for things that do not require an apology slowly builds a habit where you place yourself in a lower position in every interaction. Over time, people start expecting that behavior from you. They interrupt you more, they dismiss your opinions, and they do not give your words the weight they deserve. This is not because they want to disrespect you. It is because your language has trained them to see you that way. Your words act like signals. Every sentence you speak sends a message about your confidence, your clarity, and your self-worth. If those signals are weak, people pick up on that immediately. That is why two people can say the same idea, but one gets ignored while the other gets respect. The difference is not intelligence. The difference is how the idea is delivered. Once you understand this, everything changes. Because now you realize that confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you can build, simply by changing the way you speak. Powerful phrase shifts that change how you sound. Now that you understand the problem, let's fix it with simple changes you can start using immediately. The first shift is replacing "sorry for bothering you" with "do you have a moment?" This small change makes a big difference. Instead of lowering your value, You are respectfully asking for someone's time while still holding your position. It sounds calm, clear, and confident. The second shift is changing. I think this might work, too. This will work, or this is a good approach. When you remove hesitation from your sentence, your idea instantly sounds stronger. People are more likely to trust and follow what you are saying because you sound certain. The third shift is replacing, "Can I ask a stupid question?" with, "I have a question." When you label your own question as stupid, people start seeing it that way. But when you simply state it with clarity, it shows confidence and self-respect. The fourth shift is changing. I am not good at this, to I am learning this. This one is powerful. Instead of limiting yourself, you show growth. It changes how others see you and also how you see yourself. The fifth shift is replacing just in sentences like, "I just wanted to ask," with a direct statement like, "I wanted to ask." The word just weakens your sentence. Removing it makes your communication more direct and impactful. These are small changes, but they completely transform how you sound. You are not changing who you are. You are simply removing the unnecessary doubt from your words. And when your words become stronger, people naturally start responding to you with more attention, more respect, and more seriousness. Why these words change how people treat you. Now let's understand why these small changes make such a big difference. Human beings do not just listen to words. They constantly look for signals. Every sentence you speak sends a message about your confidence, your clarity, and your self-belief. When your language is filled with hesitation, softness, or unnecessary apologies, it creates doubt. Even if your idea is strong, your delivery makes people question it. They may not say it directly, but they feel it. On the other hand, when your words are clear and direct, people sense certainty. And certainty builds trust. This is how perception works. People often decide how seriously to take you within seconds. Not based on your full capability, but based on how you present your thoughts. Your language becomes a shortcut for them to judge your confidence. There is also a psychological effect behind this. When you speak with hesitation, your brain reinforces that feeling internally. The more you say uncertain phrases, the more you start believing that you are unsure. Your language shapes your mindset. But when you start using clear and confident sentences, something changes. You begin to feel more in control. Your thoughts become sharper. Your presence becomes stronger. So, this is not just about how others see you. It is also about how you see yourself. Another important factor is social behavior. People naturally respond to the level of confidence you project. If your words sound weak, they take control of the conversation. If your words sound strong, they listen more carefully and treat your opinions with more importance. This is why some people are heard, and others are ignored, even when both have valuable ideas. The difference is not intelligence. The difference is communication. Once you understand this, you realize something powerful. Respect is not demanded. It is communicated. And it begins with the words you choose every single day. A simple story that changes everything. Let me show you how this plays out in real life. There was a guy named Ethan who worked in a small team. He was intelligent, hardworking, and always came up with strong ideas. But every time he spoke, he would say things like, "Sorry, this might be wrong," or "I think this could maybe work." Because of this, people never fully took his ideas seriously. In meetings, others would speak over him. His suggestions would often get ignored. Sometimes, someone else would present the same idea later, but with confidence, and suddenly everyone would agree with it. After a while, Aiton started questioning himself. He began to believe that maybe he was not good enough, or that his ideas were not as valuable as he thought. But one day, he noticed something important. It was not his ideas that were the problem. It was the way he was presenting them. So, he decided to make a simple change. Instead of saying, "I think this might work," he started saying, "This is a strong approach." Instead of saying, "Sorry for bothering you," he said, "Do you have a moment?" There was no big personality shift. No dramatic transformation. Just small, intentional changes in his words. And slowly, things started to change. People began listening when he spoke. His ideas started getting acknowledged. In meetings, he was no longer ignored. The same people who once overlooked him began asking for his opinion. Nothing about his intelligence had changed. Nothing about his skills had changed. Only his language had changed. And that changed everything. That is the power of words. Sometimes, respect is not about becoming someone else. It is about expressing yourself in a way that reflects the value you already carry. The truth is simple. People treat you based on the signals you give them. And your words are one of the strongest signals you send every single day. You do not need a new personality. You do not need to become someone else. You just need to start choosing better words. Because the moment your language becomes clear and confident, people start seeing you differently. They listen more carefully. They take you more seriously. They respect you without you asking for it. So, from today, pay attention to how you speak. Remove the doubt. Remove the unnecessary apologies. And speak in a way that reflects your real value. If this made you think differently about how you speak, like and show it some support. Send this to someone who deserves to be taken more seriously. Tell me one phrase you are changing from today. I want to see it in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you want to level up how you communicate every day. Turn on the bell so you stay one step ahead with every new video. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.